evolving into phase 3 now, and the updates are going to be pretty far between going forward, because phase 3 is not slated for completion until I'd say late November, early December.
And then that's pretty much the end of it right there as far as what we've got planned now. I'm sure we'll make improvements from there, but
yeah, and phase 4 is going to be more hardware related, where we can get cash registers to communicate with the tablet device, but that's probably going to be into mid-2014. But we're pretty much where we want to be, and this system right now is ready to be sold to your clients.
And Mark, yes, this is going to be recorded, just so you know. And we've got one here. We might as well take this one now because I know it'll come up later if we don't. And I've actually forgotten it. Are there plans to make a way to tie in purchase amounts to reward points?
That's coming in phase 3, so
Phase.
kind of expect that probably November, late September maybe.
There you go, John.
Late September to early November. It's all contingent on what we're going to add from those times, because there's constantly adding features and making improvements, so that's why there's such a broad range in the timeline.
Yeah, that's going to be a big step, so we want to make sure we're squared away with what we already have as features too.
And right now you pretty much can make the system related to dollars as it is, but it's tough to determine what the average amount is unless you really ask an owner of a store.
Yeah, Dave, the last question was, are we going to have a way to reward points according to purchase amount? And the answer was yes, we will, coming in the next phase, phase 3, but not for another month or two. How's it going, Rick? Good to see you.
I've actually already created the script that'll handle the purchase points to reward points, and there's just a couple bugs that we're working out with it. It is going to involve another device, and it's probably going to have to be close to the register. We're not going to get into register communicating with the device, the tablet device, until, like I said, mid-2014, but I have created a simple script that will allow anybody to take an older smartphone connected to Wi-Fi, and they'll be able to enter a punch pad, numbers for dollar amount, and it'll plug right into the loyalty system.
Do you have time to give a quick overview on how that may work when it's completed?
I guess we can take a look at this. I guess you can imagine this as a phone. Let me change this. Actually, that's not. Let's just say this part right here was the only part displaying on the phone, which would be the device that the cashier would have access to. Let's say the total amount of the bill was $26. She'd put in $26, hit go, and then she'd hit in the phone number of the person, and then bingo bango, it would add those points to his account. We are thinking of another way where we can do the last check-in. So this is my tablet here. I check in with my phone number. The system will remember the last check-in, so when she puts in the $26, it's already going to know who to credit that $26 for. But like I said, this is going into late September, mid-November before we can probably launch this end of the product.
Okay. And Mark asks, is there a video in the training area or elsewhere that provides a general overview of this loyalty project? Mark, if you go to the Thursday Think Tank members area and you go to the Project Loyalty section, there should be, yeah, right at the top under training, there's an unboxing video which pretty much goes over the basic functions of the system from start to finish there. And then it gets into a little bit more of the advanced stuff throughout the other videos, but that very first video at the top is a good overview of the system as a whole. So that's where you can go for that.
And just so you know, Eric, I'm going to scrape a lot of that information from that Thursday Think Tank page, and I'm going to park it on this Project Loyalty page. It's going to be a training page for Project Loyalty.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, and if you need me to get you those links, let me know. Let's see. John, you know, a lot of these John says so the cashier will have to enter it manually. There's no way to automate it with the cash register. I wouldn't say there's no way to do it, but you know,
Pretty complex.
It's pretty complex, and there is no way for us to make it universal for every POS system. It would really have to be a case by case basis. I mean, you know, you go into Walgreens, they might be using a different one than Publix, and you know, who will be using a different one than the gas station down the street, and they don't all work the same way. So that's where the difficulty is going to come in. You know, there's ways to look at working with each individual one if you have a particular need, but you know, we can't go ahead and do that for everyone.
Yeah, there's so many POS services that are out there, and just here's an example. We're doing a build out for a POS system on a totally separate product, and just to have that POS system ping our server is going to cost $50,000 in development. Just a couple lines of code. So there's an example why it would be so complicated just to have this involved in every POS system that's out there.
Right, and that's just one POS company.
Exactly.
Talking a lot of Benjamins there. What else?
Come on, guys, let's have some questions here. Anybody hung up on anything? We recently launched the email center.
Could you touch on real quick, Ed? Can you touch on that as far as the requirements in order to send the email? I know that I personally got kind of hung up on that, but once you...
Yeah, to send an email, you have to have a footer text, and you have to have an unsubscribe link, and you also have to have your address in every single email. This is for compliance. If you go through your email client and look through all your spam emails from legit companies like, let's say, Buy.com or Tiger Direct, you'll always see that they have a footer at the very bottom. They'll have information on how to unsubscribe, and they'll also have their company address. This is for compliance issues sakes only. If you happen to send an email without that, that can be very well marked as spam by their servers when their email is received by them, so it'll go right to their junk email folder. So to get inside their inbox, you want to try to do all the compliance you can. And right now, we've set this system so you cannot send any mass email without having this information. So that's where we're at with that.
And this address can be a P.O. box, correct?
Absolutely.
Sure. Here you go, Dave.
I believe if you guys get spam from Tiger Direct, you'll see that. I think they use a P.O. box.
Never gotten that. I'll keep an eye out. Brian says, can you shed light on any technical reasons why PL will require use of the 69696 short code? As of right now, it does.
The main reason is deliverability. Because once you start getting into heavy use of a long code, there's good chances certain networks, let's say T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, they might put a block on that number if they see too many SMSs coming in a short period of time. So our short codes, 69696, and soon our Canadian, UK, and Australian short codes, they're going to be already approved with the network. So you could send as many SMSs as you want, but you kind of want to stay within your terms and conditions that you present to your customer, which is usually 6 to 10 offers a month, as an example.
Let's see. Ian says, what will show if somebody joins 2 different loyalty programs and they text in for their balance?
Actually, they're going to get 2 SMSs, one for each campaign that they're with, or each location that they're with that I should say. So if I text in BAL to this phone number, I am going to get an SMS back with information from Dave's Hot Rod Cafe and John's Belgium Feather Bowling.
So they'll get two. They'll get one for each then. Would be
Correct.
your answer there. Let's see. Mark asks if this goes on his server or our server. Mark, this system gets installed on your own server. It's a standalone system. It's not a WordPress plugin or anything like that. You install it on your own server.
And not only that, depending on how long you've been with the Thursday Think Tank, each month you've been a member, you're going to receive an additional location credit. So, for example, you've been with us for a year, let's say, you're going to have 12 additional credits for locations. So, in my example here, I have 2 locations already. I can freely add up to 10 more based on my account standing with Thursday Think Tank.
Okay. Let's see. Zeke came in late. You haven't missed too much, Zeke, and we are recording this, so you can catch up at the beginning if you want to later. He says, after a customer signs up, when they receive a text message to register with their name and email, where can you change the color of the name and email text? You can barely see the dark text on the dark background.
What is he referring to again?
I think he's referring to the mobile registration page. Is that it, Zeke? Which case you can select a different theme.
You're going to want to go to Mobile Settings here, click on Mobile Theme, and then set your mobile text color right here. If your background for your mobile page, let's say, is black, you obviously want to go to a lighter, like whitish type color in the yellows or the whites. If you have a lighter color, you're going to want to go to a darker themed text color, let's say in the blacks, in the dark blues.
Let's see. John says, I have a sushi restaurant client as an SMS client now. I have a meeting set up today to pitch him loyalty. Do we have any statistics or anything I can hand him or a video after I show him that it works, or better yet, how would you pitch him? John, to be honest with you, Dave is really the salesman out of our group, unless you want to tackle it, Ed. But if you go to the Thursday Think Tank.
Sorry, Eric.
Oh, that's okay. Let me just tell him real quick.
You go to any loyalty system that's out there, page on the internet, or companies that provide loyalty, and kind of get a feel for how they're selling it. There's a key difference here between their loyalty and our loyalty. Obviously, ours is a little bit more robust, but ours is going to be the very first loyalty system which features viral campaigning, which means anytime that a person or customer receives a reward, they can share that on their Facebook page, and if a customer joins from their link on their Facebook page, one of their friends, they can earn a referral bonus. So it's a constantly evolving, exponentially your list size as a business. Current loyalty systems basically focus on existing customer bases. Our focus is on not only existing customer bases, but getting new faces into the business.
Right, and then also we have in the Thursday Think Tank Facebook group, if you go to the files section, we have the PowerPoint presentation that Dave put together, which does a really good job of going over the system, and you guys can download that and use it to sell the system if you like as well. It's got a lot of good infographics and facts and stuff like that we kind of went over that together as a team and built it together, and we had the graphics made for it. It looks really good. So that's in the Facebook group under the Files tab that you guys can
keep in mind, too, guys, you never want to show them this part of it because this is just going to throw up red flags like, wow, I ain't got time for this crap. You're just going to show them this, and you're going to be their concierge on setting up their campaigns. So always keep that in mind. You don't have to show them what your system does back here.
Absolutely.
That's your own little
be the magician giving away your trick there either. They have no idea how difficult it is. It could be, at the end of the day, it's really not that difficult to set up, but for all they know, it takes you all day to do it, So that kind of adds more value to your service as well. Let's see. Ian says, can you explain the punch card function?
Absolutely.
To touch on that one?
Let me jump into our point schedule. Let me check my settings here. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. All right. I'm going to jump in my reward here, the Big Black Burger. Now, this is set up as a regular campaign right now. If I go to advanced settings here, you'll see I have the settings exactly as that. It's just a regular give reward campaign. We can add punching to this reward by simply checking this off, putting how many punches is required for that reward to be finally redeemable. And there's another option here that we've added. It's called punch card on check-in. There's certain punches that can be done from, let's say, the waitress mode, and there's other punches that can be done via an agent right on the user's phone. And then there's another way where a person just simply goes into the store, punches their phone number on the tablet, and it'll automatically punch all the cards that they have where this is set as yes. And then every time they get their card punched, they're going to receive an SMS back as well. And you can do all those settings right here. Now I'll show you waitress mode. This is one way where you can get your card punched. Let me see what my password is here. I better change this to test. You're going to go to Settings and Locations and go to Loyalty Server URL. And this becomes where the waitress can enter your phone number to punch a card. Now, I don't have any cards set up, so let me see if I put this in here. Three, 8, 3, 1. Okay, this phone number is not a member yet. So this is an example where, let's say, you have a table of like 5 or 6 people. The waitress comes up to the table and says, hey guys, if you buy 5 beers, you get the 6th one free. And then let's say 2 or 3 of those are not a member yet. She can punch their number on the previous page like it just did and join them instantaneously. And if there was active punch cards, they would appear here, and she would just click it, and it would punch the card once. Now, every time that person buys another beer, she would just go to today's punch history and find John and then punch his card again. And then on the last punch, he will receive an SMS saying, show this to the cashier to get your free beer.
And Mike says, can they be a part of 2 different punching campaigns at the same time? And
it can be unlimited.
They would all show right there, right? And you would just tap the one you want to punch?
Exactly. And they're going to be sorted by name, exactly how it is, how you have your names of your rewards set up. Now the other way, if you have punch on check-in set, all they got to do is come in here, put in their phone number, hit go. Any cards that have that yes turned on for auto punch, all their cards are going to get punched. And then let's say she had or he had 2 existing punch cards going, they would get 2 SMSs that would show the status of their punch cards. Okay. And then the other way to punch a card, and let's see if I have this ability to show it here. Let me go to this one here. Yep. Whatever text you put in your mobile pages, there's some help text that will show you what merge text to put in here. But anytime they visit here, you'll see it says you need 10 more visits to get a free burger. Now, instead of saying redeem, because I have the settings set up a little differently, I have this as a regular campaign, not a punching campaign, it'll say punch, and then what would happen is the person would give the phone to the agent, they would click punch, and then add how many punches, and then their key, click OK, and this would instantly refresh to say, let's say they put in 2 punches, it would say you need 8 more visits to get the burger.
Okay. And what are the What are the main differences between that punch campaign and a standard check-in campaign?
A punch card is something that has to be punched physically by a agent or someone behind the counter.
There you go.
A check-in does it automatically on every visit to the tablet.
Perfect. There you go, Brian. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try and scroll back up here real quick so we don't get too far behind.
And also there's videos coming on server mode, punch card, and auto punch. I got to rip those this weekend. I'll get those to Eric.
Okay.
Probably Monday morning.
Alrighty. Let's see. When you do set up in the email center, the unsubscribe link, when somebody clicks on it, where are they taken to?
They're going to be taken to just a blank white page on your server, and it's going to say, "Thank you, you've been unsubscribed."
Bingo, bingo.
And that's all it says in text, black text at the very top.
Do we have plans to add a back end for clients, or if they want to do that way, they're going to want to, as far as for sending SMS blasts, they're going to hook it up to a wrecking ball?
Yeah, actually,
Are they able to
2 or
do
3 days ago, Dave and I had a discussion about this. If they are going to have access to it, they're going to have access to just analytics. And we've also discussed maybe having the ability to maybe create their own deals, and the system would automatically make the images and everything. It would just be one static image. No customization would be required on your part. How pretty those images would be, we'll find out.
We'll see on that. But okay, so Brian, to answer your question, if you want to give them access for sending an SMS, yeah, you want to set that up with a wrecking ball system to be able to do that and give them a login for that.
I also want to know too, for those of you using the email system, I totally forgot. Even though the editor allows you to do Google Fonts here, you cannot send a mailer with Google Fonts because we can't add style sheets to the email. And that actually pulls from JavaScript, and that kind of raises a lot of red flags to a lot of email clients.
So just keep it regular text.
Yep.
Let's see. Is there a proper way to delete someone so that if John is testing his system and he wants to make an adjustment and test again as if he's a first-time customer, will just deleting him out of here the regular way do it for him?
Yeah, just hit the X right here. Keep in mind, it does still keep you inside of the system, so you might notice when you go back in and test it and you haven't completed your registration, you're going to say, what the hell, it's showing my email, how does it know who I am? It does recognize your phone number, but theoretically, you are deleted once you hit the X button from this particular campaign. The reason why we have it like this is if, let's say you're in an ad network, and you're already a member of Dave's Hot Rad Cafe, and you join another system, you don't have to go through that process again of registering because the system already knows who you are.
Let's see. Rick says, do we have an overview of setting up the points for a client? Yes, Rick, there's a point schedule training video in the Thursday Think Tank right now, and Ed's going to be adding it to the link inside of here, inside of the Project Loyalty, that you'll be able to access it through there. But as of right now, it is in the Think Tank members area under the Project Loyalty section. Let's see.
And I want you guys to keep in mind, too, when you guys are setting your point schedules, now you're going to see in my setup right here, my active to date, they're all expired, right? What's going to happen here is, because they're all expired, it's always going to look for my top record, which is in yellow here, to get my point schedule. As soon as I change this date to, let's say, come on, let's go to, let's say September 26th, and hit save, this becomes the default point schedule, even though this yellow one is set as the default. The reason why is because any date that is above today's date becomes the default point schedule. You want to make sure you don't want to have more than one that is above today's date, because what's going to happen here, it's always going to default to the first one beneath the default. So if that sounds complicated, let me know, but just always keep in mind, if these are expired, it's always going to pick up the top one first. And if all these dates aren't expired, it's going to pick up this one and ignore the rest.
Let's see. Let me try and get back on track here. Keeps moving on me. E&S, can a same business have normal loyalty and a punch card campaign at the same time? Do they need two locations? No, they do not need two different locations. They can be running at the same time simultaneously.
Yep, you can run them simultaneously, and not only that, you can have punch cards and regular rewards going as well.
Let's see. Can you get more than one punch a day on a punch card campaign? Yep.
Absolutely. You want to set your allowable check-ins per day, and let's say we want to allow 3 visits per day. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do this, because that's allowing a check-in every minute. You want to space your check-ins. So let's say every 4 hours we're going to allow a person to check in. And then you can decide if you want to run a contest from there on. But anytime that they check in, they're going to earn these amount of points.
And Rick says, you're sure knowledgeable about the system, Ed. Should hope so. Should hope so. He's been working really hard on this. He pretty much wrote it himself, and he's kind of divvies out smaller tasks, but he definitely has put together the bulk of it on his own, so that would probably be why he's knowledgeable about it.
And we get a lot of tickets to people panicking because they come in here and they see all these buttons, and it just looks so confusing. If you really look at it in the real scheme of things here, these buttons are pretty much set it and forget it. These are all set it and forget it, and everything else is just duplicatable off the existing default campaign that we have for you. If you follow the formats that are in here and watch a few videos, you really should have no problem learning this in a couple hours.
Does anybody else not see any resources in the think tank group under files? I don't know if it's just because I'm admin or something, but I see a whole bunch of resources in here in the Facebook group, and on the top is the Project Loyalty PowerPoint presentation that we have for you guys. Should be there. I wouldn't know why it wouldn't be there for you, Ken. That's interesting. Oh,
Hey, Eric, I
yeah,
want to make a light.
Fred said he just did download it, so it should be there. Go ahead.
I want to make light of a couple questions we had that come through support regarding the scratch and win.
One second, Ken. If you're in the Project Loyalty Facebook group, that's not the one I meant. It's in the Thursday Think Tank Facebook group. There you go. Okay, caught up. He's got it. Go ahead, Ed. Sorry about that.
Now, if you're running a scratch and win or any other kind of contest, now keep in mind, if you have your rewards, let me jump back here. If all your rewards are date 2 and they're not expired, they're always going to appear in the claim centers. And the claim centers being the page after this page, that is the claim center. And then you have your mobile pages as well. Let's see if I can jump to a mobile page. It's not letting me. But yeah, any place where they can claim a deal, that's where that reward is going to appear. Now, if you're running a contest and you don't want that reward to show up on their claim pages, it's as easy as just taking their date 2 and expire that deal. That deal can still be distributed, but only in contests and scratch and win campaigns.
There you go. Let's see. Mark says there's a separate loyalty Facebook group. Yes, there is. Let me see if I can dig up that link for you. You have to request to enter it just like this one. I'm not going to lie to you, it's not as busy as the Thursday Think Tank one currently is. It's really not too much a difference right now anyway, but if you would like to join, that link is in the chat box for you to go ahead and head over there. Dave's the only one who's admin right now in that group, so if it takes through the weekend before he can approve you, just be patient. He'll get to it, and he'll let you in. Let's see. Can you show the network interface with different logo? Because I cannot make it. Ian, can you expand on that?
I know what he's talking about.
Okay, Ed knows what he's talking about.
Inside the network, if you have 3 or more locations inside your network, the logo box should appear here. That'll show all the logos of the companies inside the network. And the logos are pulled from the location, settings and locations, and loyalty logo URL. If that is not working for you after you've added 3 locations to your network, just let me know and I'll have the techs take a look at it for you.
Do you know anything more, Ed, on the Canadian shortcode, if that's been finalized, or are we?
Hey, we're really close, man.
We're really close, and Dave's been the one working on that, so he would know for sure. But as far as last time I heard, it was going to be 73737. So.
And just so you know that we've already completed all the coding for the Canadian WOOT text. Probably shouldn't be showing you this, but I will anyway. This is eventually going to be where the Canadian clients can access all their SMS credits and plans and all that good stuff.
Perfect. And if you're familiar with ours at all, it should work the same way as the U.S. one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and we're already prepping for the U.K., which is going to be shortly after that, and Australia, which is going to be shortly after that.
Excellent. Excellent. Paul says, what happens if you make multiple purchases at the same time, i.e. coffee shop, buy 10, get 1 free?
I would recommend not running that as an auto check-in. I would not recommend running that as a waitress mode. I would recommend running that straight off of the agent punch system, which means that they'll have to give the phone to the agent. She'll hit the button, put in her key, and put in the punches.
Everybody's saying, you mentioned a little bit ago that it could be learned in a couple hours, and they're saying, no, they don't think so, but maybe not. It's like chess, right? I mean, a couple hours to learn it and a lifetime to master. Or maybe not a lifetime, but you get the idea. You can learn how to use the system after spending a couple hours in here, and then continue to learn the ins and outs and the little nuances that'll make more advanced campaigns. If you go over, like I said earlier, there is a unboxing video in the Thursday Think Tank members area, and that one shows you how to, from beginning of installation all the way through, setting up a campaign. So that's all we really need to get you started with the standard check-in campaigns, and the rest, the server mode, the punching campaigns, the scratch and win, those are all extras and are definitely helpful. But that you don't have to know all those things to be able to know how to use the system, for sure. Let's see. I think I just answered that again, Mark. Yep, there's a overview unboxing video in the Thursday Think Tank members area under the Project Loyalty section. Let's see.
Okay, we have a question here. Someone wants to go, or someone asked about how it would work with the agent punch system. Now, if you imagine this is on the person's phone right here, right? It says you need 9 more visits to get a burger. You're going to hit punch, and let's say the person buys 8 burgers on this visit, or 7. You're going to put in their clerk key. You hit submit. And now only 2 more visits are required to get the burger. Easy as that.
Perfect.
And you got to have the agent intervention here, because if you're just going to have people coming to this page, hit punch, 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 hey, I get my free burger. The The clerk key is for security, for people just totally ripping you off on your loyalty card.
John asks, can we set up a contest like this that Monday through Thursday, Wednesday between 6 and 10 there will be 2 winners of $50 towards your meal if your table spends more than $50. I mean, you'd have to still manually do it.
You can do that with the point schedules, but you'd have to manually control it. And what you'd want to do is you'd want to set that up ahead of time based on your time schedule. And all you do is come in here. Let's say if this is Monday through Friday, this is the weekend, right? All you do is jump up here and move that up to default. And then let's say you want this one to be up here. You move that to default.
Perfect. Let's see.
Now under that assumption too, you're going to want to make sure that you have all these active due dates all expired, because you're going to be totally randomizing these every single day or just on the weekend. That way it'll always pick up just the top one if they're all expired.
Can you go over really quick how to set up a scratch and win?
Sure. You're going to go to locations, you're going to go to schedules. I think I already have one set up here. Let me just hunt around here. Not there. Not there. There we go. All right, first thing you want to do is you're going to want to set up a contest first. So let's say we want every sequence to be a winner, and we're going to do 10, 20, and 100. So the 10th person, the 20th person, and 100th person are going to win a prize. We're either going to send them an SMS to collect the reward somewhere else, or we're going to give them a reward. We give them the free Dragster Shakes party of 4, and we can have a consolation prize given to the loser. Let's say we just do the Dragster Shakes or something simpler and less expensive. So set up your contest first, and I'll interject here first. We are adding the ability, this is going to be cool, to have multiple sequences allowed, which means you'll be able to do 10, 20, 100, give a reward, free Dragster Shakes party of 4. And then you can set another sequence and give away another totally different prize. So you'll have multiple sequences allowed in the contest. That's coming in a couple weeks. But moving on, set up the scratch and win. To be active on that contest, you first want to set this to active. You want to set your reveal percent after scratch. That means as I'm scratching this card, once 50% of it is scratched or completed, it's going to automatically refresh and show the winner message or the loser message. This is the color of the background, the light box that pops up when the person hits go on the dial pad. Then there's a countdown. Now the countdown is given or shown to the user to tell them how many seconds they have to complete that scratch off. If they don't complete it, they automatically lose their opportunity for the win or lose prize. It just automatically refreshes to the page 2 of the tablet, which is the Claim Center. Next, once we have that ticket 50% scratched off, in this case, we want to show that win or lose message for 8 seconds before refreshing to the Claim Center and sending the SMS for the win or lose. We have the ticket foreground image. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. You just find the files, go to tickets, and they're all set up here. You'll see the ones that have H are the top foreground. Then you have the 2 backgrounds, lose and win. To enter that ticket, you just hit OK or insert, and it'll put that ticket in there. And you do that for the loser, and you do that for the winner. And it's going to look something like this when it's on the tablet. Next, you want to have the introductory content to the ticket. You're going to put, for example, limited time offer, win a free Big Block Burger today, scratch the ticket below to win, After completion, you'll be checked in. Winners will receive an SMS about prizes. So that means, in my case, I'm only distributing the prize to the winner and not the loser. Next, you want to put some merge tags in here. The win-lose, %win underscore lose %, is going to automatically refresh after that ticket is scratched and show the winner content or the loser content where that merge tag is placed. And you can have that in multiple places. I can do copy that, and I can move that to here. So it'll appear in 2 spots on that page or on that light box. Where you put the %scratch % is where this scratch-off ticket's going to appear on your content in the light box. And then lastly, we have this timer here, and that's where the countdown timer is going to be placed inside of your light box. And this is how you set up the timer content. You say offer ends in count seconds. Oops, I totally just jacked that. Let me go back.
You can do Control-C, can't you?
Go-T is not working with me. I can't click on anything. All right, now no, I don't know what I did. But you're going to put %. Let me just refresh
Oh, you changed
the
the
page.
color. There you go.
Let me just refresh the page. Up here.
Guys, if it's moving a little bit quick for you, we will have this as a replay, and we'll have a separate scratch and win training video as well. So you don't have to worry about it if you didn't catch all of that. We'll get this replay up for you as well.
Yeah, so in the countdown timer control contents, you're going to put offer ends in count seconds, and then it's going to count down the seconds you have set in this little area right here. And then let's say if the person's kind of slow, we have to compensate for that. So we can put a need more time, click here button, and it'll add, I think, an additional 8 seconds to their time. To create this button, you're just going to create some text. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to say get more time. And then I'm going to click on the link button here. I'm going to create my button color. And then I want to, for the name, do get more. Click on insert. And now that becomes the refresh button for the counter. And then lastly, you want to set your winner content and loser content. For example, here I have congrats you won, and then I do %deal %, and it tells them what deal that they won. Ideally, you want to do %deal % if you're going to have a winner and loser message. That way it'll automatically put that name in there. Otherwise, you can just put the name of the winning prize if you want to. And same for down here too.
Very cool. Can you show one more time?
HTML, you have full HTML editability on here. You can make it look however you want it to look.
Can you show one more time how to get that scratch and save library? I think you just clicked on where that ticket is, right?
Yeah, for example, I'll click on the ticket foreground image, click on My Files. You should have a folder called Tickets already in your assets. And then here are all your available ticket colors. They all look a little different.
Pretty cool, right? Loving that new image library.
Something else I want to show you too. I want you guys to be cognizant of this too. You might, if it doesn't serve your purpose, you're going to need to change the image. Let me go to this win image. Got insert, preview image. That's not a winner. Here's a winner right here. Sorry. Congratulations, you're a winner. We just sent a prize confirmation via text message. Check your phone. If you're delivering that prize in a different way, you're going to want to come through all these tickets. You're going to want to edit this text right here. But right now it's suitable just for SMS because that's how that prize confirmation is going to be delivered.
Could you go back into that image library real quick and show them where how they could upload their own if they wanted to?
Sure. You go to My Files, go to Tickets, click on Upload, and then select the files off your computer.
So you can add to that already built up ticket library your own yourself. Like I said, if you wanted to edit those, you'd probably want to hold on to the originals, but you could download those and edit them and re-upload them with different names or whatever you like, so that you can, like you said, make sure it matches your campaign and the way you're delivering with the rewards. Let's see. What else we got, guys? If you asked the question already earlier and we have not gotten to it, and you're still looking to get an answer on that, do me a favor and go ahead and type it in here again if you can. We did cover quite a bit there in the last few minutes, so we want to make sure if there's anything still hanging, let us know. I'm not going to be on too much longer here, but definitely want to give you guys a chance to. Let's see, can you do geolocatable for scratch deals in case of multi-site clients? What do you mean? This system doesn't have any geolocation built into it.
The location's wherever the tablet is.
There you go, yeah. Ed, you mentioned earlier how you can get a scratch and win not to show on the claims page. Can you show that one more time? Or was that just the contents?
To show certain rewards, you want to be able to give a reward from a scratch and win, but you don't want to have it displayed on the claim page. All you do is set your active to date on your reward that you want to give away for the scratch and win or the contest to an expired date, and it won't appear on the claim page.
There you go, Greg. Steve says, what is the email center for? And Steve, that's going to be to, when you collect in your emails on registration, you can go to your email center and send out an email blast to anyone who's finished registration and given you their email address. If I'm correct, we're still working on adding ways for automatic emails to be sent according to action, right, Ed? As far as if they haven't checked in within a month or so or something like that?
Yes, we're working on that. That's coming in later in Phase 3.
Phase 3, cool. So that's going to be a big help too, Steve-O. We'll be able to, if they finish their registration, they give you their email, and then they don't check in for a month, you can send them an email automatically, say, hey, haven't seen you in a while, please come check in, love to have you. Let them know the offers you guys are running for check-ins, that kind of deal. So that'll be a really cool feature once we get that added in there. Let's see. How do I connect my WBSMS to the loyalty? Got a quick second to do that? It's pretty much in there. Go ahead.
You're going to go to Locations, click on Edit on your location, and then you're going to go to Mobile Settings, SMS, is it SMS Settings? Yeah, SMS Settings. And then you have two options here. You can either go into your Wrecking Ball SMS and grab the API key that's generated on your Manage/Settings page. You're going to put in the URL of your install. Then you're going to put, let me just fill this out just so you can see. I'm going to just run through the whole thing. What do you think?
Sure. Basically, while he's typing that in there, you guys, you have the opportunity to add to loyalty from Wrecking Ball by texting in a keyword, or you have the opportunity to add to Wrecking Ball from loyalty when they enter their phone number to check in. So it can go both ways. Is what he's doing right now.
So you're going to log into your Wrecking Ball SMS. You got to have version 6. You're going to click on Manage. You're going to go to Settings. If you're not showing an API key, you're going to click on Generate Key. You're going to grab your key. You're going to go back to this field here. Now we have our key. Then you're going to do a colon, and then we want to put in the keyword for the list we want them to join. So let's say my keyword was join. We do that. We click on verify, and obviously I don't have. Let's see if I can find one that's available. ES2. There. Now it's connected. I hit Save Changes. Now anytime somebody joins this campaign or this location, they're going to be added to this campaign inside Wrecking Ball.
Other way around. When they text ESC2 to Wrecking Ball phone number, they'll be added to loyalty.
You're right. This stream right here is going to add them to Wrecking Ball without. It's the opposite of what Eric just said. If you fill this out.
And that's basically the same thing. You just that sample URL right there will pretty much walks you through that. You just have to fill in your own URL where your system is, put in your campaign number and the phone number you're using there, and that's how you would do it that way, I believe.
This is more of a simpler way to do it. You just put in your install URL, grab your key from the Manage Settings PHP page. You're going to put that in here. You're going to paste it, put in a colon, and then the keyword you want that text to be sent to. Right? Is that how, if they text in ESC2, they're going to be added to the list, and they're going to be joined into this system.
Right. And so basically what that means, you guys, is whatever you have, so this means that Ed has set up ESC2 as a keyword in Wrecking Ball. So they're going to get, if you have a campaign message set up, they're going to get that campaign message from ESC2 campaign, and they'll also get the welcome message from the loyalty program they have right here. So you can actually leave that ESC2 campaign message blank if you want them to only receive the loyalty message, or they can receive a message from both. And the one that's, there you go. That one that he's working on right now would be the other way around. Ed's definitely right. It's easier to send from Wrecking Ball to loyalty, but what he's doing right now is sending from loyalty to Wrecking Ball, the other way around. And you can set it up both ways so that, if, say the person's driving down, walking down the sidewalk and they see a poster that says text ESC2 to 69696 to join our customer loyalty program, that you can now do that because of the way he set it up here. But the other way around, if they come into the store and they put their phone number into the tablet and he has this URL set up that he just did right there above, then they'll be added to Wrecking Ball. Or you can have them both set up so that either way, no matter how somebody joins, they'll be added to Wrecking Ball and loyalty system.
Correct.
And Dennis asks, what's the advantage of using Wrecking Ball? I would have hoped you would know that, Dennis, but, we do have, there's ways to send out viral campaigns and, all kinds of different advantages.
Oh yeah, Eric, I want to add too that this feature right here, this can only be used with shortcode.
Gotcha.
And you'll be able to use that with the Canadian, the Australian, and the UK shortcode.
Perfect. The one above, as far as I know, you can enter, instead of 69696 right there, you could replace it with your long code from Wrecking Ball.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Let's see. Can you use only the shortcut? Oh, yep, Stevie Boy just answered that one. If I do not have Wrecking Ball, can customer join through SMS? No. Right?
That's correct. You can't.
Okay. Yep. To be able to join through SMS, you have to have the Wrecking Ball system to be able to do that.
Now, let's say you did want to add them to a list that's not Wrecking Ball. You still can accomplish that with this URL right here. But you need to figure out on your own which file you need to stream the two from in the body for them to be added to your list in your other piece of software.
There you go. Yeah. So that one doesn't necessarily have to be Wrecking Ball. You got to figure out what information needs to be added there, in what order. Let's see. What features in WBSMS are not in Loyalty? Well, I mean, they are two different systems, Dennis, but
You can't create keyword campaigns or anything like that. This is straight up all outgoing SMS.
you can also add them to a follow-up sequence. You can have them with a logical. You can segment your list according to an answer to a question that you send them. All those things that we've spent so much time making Wrecking Ball do. Those aren't really in the Loyalty SMS Center. The Loyalty SMS Center, pretty much all you can do is a mass SMS send to anybody who's joined.
Correct. The only time people really do any incoming is right here when they text in the keyword to join. And then the other one where they text in help me, info, or BAL, and they'll get the text back, all the information regarding their account. And that always comes from a long code.
Let's see. I think we'll take maybe one or two more questions here. Sorry if you're saying I just got on. We're not going to go back to the beginning, but just to let you know again, we are recording this, so we will post this in the members area. So if you did miss any of the call, you'll definitely have the opportunity to go back and watch it again or rewatch it if you like.
Yeah, and we went pretty in depth with the punch campaign and the clerk server.
Yeah, and Rick, no, we're not going to go on the sales pitch point of view, and that to be honest, because we'd be doing you a disservice, because that's really Dave's department, man. If you are in the Think Tank Facebook group, go. Are you in that group yet? I don't think you are you?
No.
It doesn't have Facebook. Let me steal its screen for you real quick. No problem. I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm going to steal it from you real quick so I can show them where it's at, though. Can you guys see this? Are you guys seeing the Facebook? Oh, not yet, huh? Let's see. How about now? Do you guys see the Facebook page? Yes? Okay.
You see your desktop.
Oh, you see my desktop. How about... Oh, gosh. Now I gotta move all these windows around. Hang on. How about now? You see the Facebook page now? No? Yes. Rick says yes. Okay. Robert says yes, too. 2 is good enough for me. All right. So if you come into... this one's actually Project Loyalty. I want to go to our Thursday Think Tank group. And you come over here to Files. And right at the top, there's this Project Loyalty PowerPoint. And you can download it. You can preview it. This has a lot of good sales information. I'm not going to go through this whole thing right now, but just so you can see. That first page might just be blank, or it might be...
It's loading still.
Yeah, it's probably go-to clashing with it here. But you can download this. It's got, the infographics on benefits of loyalty, all the selling points that should be gone over. And we created this as a group on a Thursday Think Tank call, and we made sure that, we tried to get input from everybody as far as, what those points should be. So as far as selling, Rick, that's definitely going to be your best resource besides picking Dave's brain, which definitely we'll be able to do in the future as well. Like I said, he's had a busy week and he's trying to tie up all the rest of the loose ends so that he can go into next week with all that behind him. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it there for the sales stuff. I think pretty much all these questions coming in now have been covered, so we're not going to go back and do that again, but like I said, we will post that post this replay. When we post it, you guys, we'll post it in not the webinar section where we post our Think Tank sessions, but we'll post them in this Project Loyalty section here. So when we get this replay processed, I would say hopefully by tonight, if not tomorrow morning, we will have this up in the members area for you.
Yeah, we want you guys to dig in deep into the loyalty program. If anything in your system appears not to be working the way you think it should be working, it could be our fault. Maybe it's something you just don't understand. Feel free to open a support ticket. We'll handle it for you. That's what we're here for.
I just put that link in the chat box.
Yeah, we want
to
to be aware of any bugs, issues you're having, misspellings you're finding in the system. We've gone through that system, over the system, hundreds of times with a fine-tooth comb, and there's still things that we miss. But we believe the most recent release of Phase 2 is probably the most stable we've ever had. We've had very, very few tickets concerning bugs, just a few.
So this is where we're going to put this Q&A, just so you guys know, in this webinar section here. Other than that, you guys, it's Friday. I think you guys should take a break for the day too, as well. And we're probably gonna. My boy's been waiting patiently in the separate room. He's just started kindergarten, so I can't go pick him up when I want anymore. I had to pick him up before this call, so I'm gonna go take him out for a little bit and get him tired, and so I can jump back on tonight as well. Other than that, Ed, did you have anything else you wanted to mention before we jump off?
Next time we get Dave on a call, he'll go over all the short codes and the status of each short code. I know you guys are all anxious to get started, and so are we. Perfect.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. We hope to see you again next week, and we'll send you guys updates as soon as we know when the next call is going to be. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks, Ed, for being here, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.